Today we're driving the all-new 2023 Honda CR-V. We are in an EXL. It's all-wheel drive, has a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, a continuously variable transmission, makes 190 horsepower. We don't have pricing or fuel economy information yet, but we're going to give you guys some first impressions on what the CR-V is like behind the wheel. And let's do a quick walk around and then we'll take it out onto the road. This EXL is equipped with 18-inch wheels, a lot of sidewall, which is really nice. Apologies for the wind noise. This new CR-V is a pretty attractive looking crossover. Very clean, smooth lines. Kind of a muscular, confident side profile. We have the very traditional CR-V tail lights right here, though I can't help but see a lot of BMW 3 Series in this tailgate. Around the front end, nice new face, very in keeping with Honda's current design language. I see a little bit of ridgeline to this grille. All the Honda sensing systems are nicely integrated in this Honda badge. Honda told us last night that this new tailgate opens and closes much faster than the old one. It seems pretty normal to me. It's definitely not painfully slow anymore. We have a ton of cargo capacity back here. Very low load floor. This is almost knee level for me. We have a compact spare tire back there as well. These seats fold down from right here. You don't have a lever in the back, but if you just kind of reach over the bumper, you can seem to get them folded. Cubic feet measurements really don't mean anything to my brain, so I'm not going to rattle off all those statistics, but there is just a ton of space in this CR-V. It is absolutely cavernous. Honda seems to design their cars from the inside out, and I always feel like they're bigger on the inside than they are on the outside. It's amazing how well they've packaged some of their crossovers, SUVs, and the Honda Fit over the years. This new CR-V is very spacious inside. There's also the option to raise your floor here with this little table right here. It's not a complete flat loading surface. There is this hump right here, but still plenty of room for you to put stuff in here. This is a hard hump, so it's not going to deform when you slide things over it, which I think is nice. I'm 5'10". Let's sit behind my driving position. We'll fold these seats up. I think these can fold back 10 or 11 degrees. It's a pretty significant recline. We also get a 90-degree opening rear door, which is fantastic. If you're ever loading child seats in the back, that is super helpful to get in and out, and it helps with ingress and egress for rear passengers. Super easy latch systems right here. Plenty of legroom. I'm 5'10". This is me seated behind myself. I've got space to put my feet underneath the seat, and then we have stadium seating so I can see over the driver headrest here. Very comfortable materials, nice soft leather. I have about 2.5 to 3 inches above my head. We get a couple air vents down here for rear passengers. No rear heated seats in this EXL, though it looks like there is a spot for them, perhaps in the Sport Touring, the top hybrid trim. When we test that later this year, we'll see heated seats in the rear. '87 octane minimum. Doesn't see anything about premium. That's always good. Let's take a look under the hood. Honda is really pushing to sell a lot of hybrid CR-Vs. Hybrids available in the Sport and the Sport Touring model. Those will sit above the EX and EXL. This 1.5 liter paired with a CVT is a super smooth combination. Should be pretty fuel efficient. It's powerful enough with 190 horsepower. You can hear those direct injectors whirring away. Nice looking DRLs. I appreciate that they've kept 18-inch wheels on here. You get the option between 18s or 19s. Not going overboard with wheel size. A subtle little all-wheel drive badge back here. This does have a newly revised all-wheel drive system. It can now send up to 50% of its power to the rear wheels. The previous generation CR-V could only send 40%. Very simple and familiar looking cabin, very similar to the Civic. and HRV. Still the same looking reverse camera from Honda. We get a traditional shifter here, no push button shifters. A couple different drive modes, normal, econ, and snow. We also get hill descent control. Everything is right here with an easy reach parking brake, brake hold. Nice cup holder location too. Love the center console, nice and deep, lined with some felt at the bottom. We get wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless charging right here too. A couple of USB ports, Type A, Type C. You still get the traditional old school cigarette lighter plug. Physical climate controls. I love these new Honda interiors. They've made a couple changes between this and the Civic. The ridge here to rest your thumb isn't as wide. When you're driving, it's nice to rest your hand on something here so that you can more accurately make changes on the touchscreen. We get some textured plastic right here on the dash. Just heated seats in this EXL, no cooled seat option. Again, have not seen the hybrid Touring yet, so I'm not exactly sure what features will be available in other cars. I can just speak to this EXL. Right now, Honda's just going through and updating their entire lineup, and it's nice to finally see a brand new CR-V. All right, let's take this for a drive. Upon first impressions, super comfortable, so easy to get in and out of. CR-Vs have always had excellent ingress and egress. Getting into the front seats, getting into the back, it's all just so easy. We have a really nice high ceiling. These seats seem pretty comfortable too. You can find a nice driving position, lots of adjustability with the steering wheel too. Great visibility. The hood is a lot less blocky on this new CR-V than the previous generation. Pretty good idea of my sight lines. This touchscreen is nice and responsive. We have physical controls for a home button, a back button, volume, track selection. Apple CarPlay connected beautifully today via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. I'm finding this to be a very agreeable car to drive. Controls are light, everything falls to hand beautifully. It's attractively designed interior and very functional. I just love the noise and tactility you get from these climate control knobs. No sport mode, but we can put our shifter into S, which keeps the revs up a little bit higher for the CVT. Off the line, it's a little bit sluggish to accelerate, but once it sees some revs, it will start to pull a little bit harder. This is definitely an engine that likes to rev out a little bit more. It's not quick, but it's definitely enough power for a vehicle of this type. I imagine the hybrid might have just a little bit more initial acceleration off the line. Again, we're in sport mode here. We've got a nice little back road. Might as well enjoy it. It's not often we get to feature a winding road on this channel. Usually it's just entrance and exit ramps in Michigan. Some simulated shifts there in sport mode. Brake pedal feels nice and linear. A little bit soft and squishy, but very in line with the rest of the controls in this car. Let's put us back into drive here. Honda's done quite a bit of work to quiet down this cabin too. We have a little bit less noise, vibration, harshness from the powertrain. This isn't as grainy of a four-cylinder CVT combination as the previous generation. Definitely a lot smoother and quieter than the RAV4. Probably not the best car to hustle on a back road, but as a regular vehicle to get you from A to B, one of the best options on the market. Just accelerating normally. Engine is pretty quiet, revving up to about 3,000 RPM to get us up to speed, and then settling down. Ride quality is nice and soft. Again, this is one of the least disagreeable cars on sale. It always has been. The CR-V kind of does everything that you need it to. Has enough ground clearance to be a great vehicle to drive in the winter. Good all-wheel drive system. Comfortable, spacious, practical, reliable, and dependable. We're just seeing further refinements here in this latest generation. Let's get on the highway here. We'll test out adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist. A little bit of wind noise, but nothing out of the ordinary for vehicles in this class. It is a bit on the windy side today. Super easy cruise controls on the steering wheel. This new Honda sensing system works great, keeps you nice and centered between the lines. You can skip 5-mile-an-hour increments here with the cruise control switch, or 1 mile an hour at a time. Nice visibility all the way around too, like these mirrors. Pretty good view out of the back too. I've got to admit, no major surprises here. This is about what I expected from the new CR-V. Just a little bit more refined, a little bit more comfortable, a little bit bigger in dimensions, slightly longer, wider, taller than the previous generation. Honda's doing a really nice job with their new models. I think really one of the biggest improvements is just this interior space. This is such a user-friendly and functional interior for a modern car. Everything is a physical button. Nothing is hidden in the infotainment. You have some settings that you'll figure out and set up when you first buy the vehicle, but after that, any other adjustments, everything is within arm's reach and very intuitively laid out. The button to pop the tailgate is right there where you expect it, right above traction control. We've got 2 seat memory settings. A lot of power from the brakes when you get into them hard. Throttle tuning is very nice, very smooth, completely linear with a CVT and 1.5 turbo. No type of manual gear selection, but that's okay. Not sure paddle shifters really belong in a crossover with a CVT transmission. Alright guys, well there's our first drive in the new 2023 Honda CR-V. Very excited to get behind the wheel of the hybrid model later this year. That will have a little bit more horsepower, above 200. I'm I'm sure it'll be a much more volume seller than the previous generation CR-V hybrid. Everyone is looking to get better fuel economy these days. Pricing is expected to start around $30,000, including destination. Don't have exact numbers yet, but that's kind of the general consensus from talking to a couple people right now. Overall, a really nice car. Very well packaged, great interior, attractive looking exterior. Alright guys, well that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. We'll be posting some more CR-V content later this year. I'm out here at the Nashville Super Speedway filming some stuff on the new Honda Talon, the Civic Si race car, and this Honda CR-V. So pretty cool opportunity to film a variety of things here with an event from Honda. Hopefully this video gave you guys an idea of what the new CR-V is like behind the wheel. Oh, we even get a stop-start button on the key fob. That's nice.